I looked into his eyes, and all I saw was doubt. Not love, not trust, just cold silence. For 5 years, I raised his child. I gave my heart, my time, my life. But one day he looked at me and said, "This child is not mine." I froze. My hands were shaking. I wanted to scream, but no words came out. My name is Anna. I want to tell you my story. It is a story about love and pain. I met John when I was 22. He was kind. He was funny. He always smiled at me. I worked at a small cafe. He came there every morning. He said, "One coffee and one smile, please." I laughed. I liked him. And soon, I loved him. After 1 year, we got married. It was a small wedding, just close friends and family. I wore a white dress. He looked at me. He said, "You are the most beautiful woman." I felt like the luckiest girl in the world. Our home was small, but we were happy. We cooked together. We watched movies. We walked in the rain. Then, one day, I felt strange. I was tired. I felt weak. I went to the doctor. The doctor smiled. She said, "You are going to be a mother." I cried, not because I was scared, but because I was happy. That night, I told John. I said, "You will be a father." He did not speak. He just looked at me. Then he held me close. "Thank you," he said. "You gave me the best gift." Days passed. My belly grew. He talked to the baby. He kissed my stomach every night. He said, "I will be the best father." I smiled. I believed him. Then the baby came. It was a cold winter night. I screamed in pain, but I also smiled through tears. A small boy was born. His eyes were big. His hands were tiny. I held him in my arms. He was warm. He was soft. He was mine. John stood next to me. He said, "He is perfect." That day, I thought we would be happy forever. Life with a baby was not easy, but it was beautiful. We named him Adam. I liked the name. John liked it too. Adam cried at night. I did not sleep much. I was tired, but I was happy. I gave him milk. I changed his clothes. I kissed him many times. John helped me. He held the baby. He walked with him in the room. He sang songs to him. His voice was soft. Adam slept in his arms. We were a small family, but we had big love. On Sundays, we went to the park. We sat on the grass. John pushed the baby stroller. Sometimes people looked at us. They said, "You have a beautiful family." I smiled. I was proud. I took many photos. In every photo, John is smiling. Adam is laughing. I am holding their hands. I made food every day. I learned new recipes. I wanted to make John happy. He liked rice and chicken. He said, "You cook better than my mother." I laughed. I said, "Do not tell her that." At night, we watched movies. John sat on the couch. I sat next to him. Adam slept in my arms. I felt safe. I felt loved. John kissed my forehead. He said, "Thank you for this life." I said, "I am happy too." We talked about the future. John wanted a daughter too. He said, "Maybe next year?" I said, "Maybe." We dreamed together. A house near a school. A garden with flowers. A dog for Adam. I thought those dreams would come true. I did not know that one day everything would change. I did not know that love can disappear, that smiles can fade, that the heart can break quietly. But at that time, I was just a happy wife. I was just a loving mother, and I believed our family was strong. I was wrong. Something changed. It started slowly. John stopped smiling. He came home late. He did not talk much. He looked tired. But he did not say why. I asked, "Are you okay?" He said, "I am fine." But his eyes said something else. He did not look at me. He looked at the floor. I made his favorite food. He did not eat much. He said, "I am not hungry." Adam ran to him. He held up his little arms. "Papa," he said, but John did not pick him up. He walked past him. He went into the bedroom. I stood there. I felt cold. My heart felt heavy. I said to myself, "Why is he not smiling anymore?" Days passed, then weeks. John was not the same. He was quiet. He was far away, even when he was near. He did not hold Adam. He did not ask, "How was your day?" I started to worry. I started to cry when I was alone. One night, I asked him, "Is something wrong?" He said nothing, just silence. Then he looked at me. His eyes were cold, and he said, "Is this really my child?" I could not speak. I could not breathe. "What do you mean?" I asked. He looked away. "He does not look like me," he said. My hands were shaking. My voice was small. "John, how can you say that?" He stood up. He walked to the door. "I want a test," he said. "I want to know the truth." I cried that night. Adam slept in my arms. He did not understand, but I felt my world falling apart. How could he doubt me? How could he doubt our child? I gave him everything. I gave him my heart. And now, he gave me doubt. After that night, nothing felt the same. The house was quiet, not peaceful, but cold. John did not talk to me. He did not talk to Adam. He came home. He ate alone. He went to sleep in the other room. I sat in the dark. I cried when no one was looking. Adam played on the floor. He laughed. He made funny faces. But John did not laugh. He did not look at him. Adam said, "Papa, come." John turned away. I said, "He needs you." He said, "I need space." My heart broke every night. I looked at my baby and cried. Adam was just a child. He did nothing wrong. But John treated him like a stranger. I tried to talk. I said, "Please, let's fix this." He said, "Not now." I said, "You are his father." He said, "I am not sure." Those words hurt more than anything. I stopped eating much. I could not sleep. At night, I held Adam close. I kissed his head. I said, "I am here, baby. Mama is here." But my heart was heavy. My mind was full of fear. What if John leaves? What if Adam grows up without a father? I looked at old photos. We were so happy once. Where did that love go? Every sound in the house felt loud. A door closing. Footsteps in the hall. The silence between us. I waited for him to hold our baby. Just once. But he never did. He stayed in his room. I stayed in mine. I was not his wife anymore. He was not a father anymore. We were three people living under one roof, but we were not a family, just strangers, in a house full of silence. I could not stay quiet. I had to do something. I looked at John. He was sitting on the couch. His eyes were on the floor. I sat near him. I said, "Please believe me." He said nothing, not one word. "John," I said, "I love you. I love our child." He stayed quiet. His face was cold. I wanted to cry, but I did not cry. I stood up. I picked up my bag. "I will go to the doctor." I said, "I will get proof. I will show you." He did not stop me. I left the house. I held Adam's little hand. At the doctor's office, I waited. My heart was beating fast. The nurse called my name. We went inside. I looked at the doctor. She was kind. I said, "Please help me. My husband, he does not believe this is his child." She looked surprised. Then she smiled softly. "Do not worry," she said. "Let us check everything." She looked at my medical files. She checked the dates. "Everything is normal," she said. "You were pregnant just after your wedding. There is no mistake." I felt tears in my eyes. But this time, they were soft tears. Not pain, just a little hope. "Can I get this in writing?" I asked. "Yes," she said. "I will write it now." I held the paper in my hand. My fingers were shaking. I looked at Adam. He was playing with a toy car. He looked up at me. He smiled. That smile gave me strength. I said to myself, "I will fight for my child. I will fight for my family." I left the clinic. I took a deep breath. I went home to save my broken family. I hoped he would believe me now. I came home with the paper. I thought everything would change, but I was wrong. John looked at the letter. He read it, but he said nothing. I asked, "Do you believe me now?" He said, "I do not know." My heart dropped again. "Why?" I asked, "What is in your heart?" He looked at me. Then he said, "Someone told me something." "Who?" I asked. "An old friend." He said, "He saw Adam." He said, "Adam does not look like me." I felt fire in my chest. "He is just a child." I said. John stayed quiet. "He has your eyes." I said, "He has your smile when he sleeps." But John looked away. Days passed. More silence. More pain. Then I started to hear things. In the market, 2 women were talking. I walked past them. One of them said, "That is her, the one with the baby." The other said, "They say the baby is not her husband's." I kept walking. My head was down. I held Adam close. He did not know. He was just smiling at the sky. But my ears were burning. My eyes were full. I wanted to scream. I wanted to shout the truth. But I stayed silent. People pointed. People whispered. Even some relatives stopped calling. One aunt said, "You brought shame to the family." I said nothing. I did not fight back. I went home. I cried into my pillow. My baby slept beside me, his tiny hand on my arm. I kissed his fingers. I whispered, "You are my son. You are my whole world." The world spoke lies, but I held on to love. Love for my child. Love for the truth. And even when the world turned its back, I stood strong. Because I was his mother. The house was quiet. Too quiet. John was standing by the window. I was sitting on the sofa. Adam was playing on the floor. His little hands touched a toy car. I looked at John. He looked tired. Angry. I stood up slowly. I said, "Please look at him. He is your son." John turned around. His face was hard. He shouted, "This is not my child." His voice hit me like a storm. Adam stopped playing. He looked up. My hands shook. My eyes filled with tears. I walked to John. I held his hand. I said, "Please, John, I love you. I love our baby. Please do not say this." He pulled his hand away. "Do not lie to me," he shouted. "I see it in your eyes. You are hiding something." I cried louder. I fell to my knees. "I swear to you," I said, "I never lied. I never cheated." He did not listen. He walked to the door. "I cannot live in this house," he said. "I cannot look at that child." My heart broke into pieces. I stood up. I ran after him. "Please don't go." I cried. He opened the door. Then he turned and shouted one last time, "I am not his father." He slammed the door. The sound shook the walls. I fell on the floor. Adam started crying. I crawled to him. I picked him up. I held him close. His tiny body was shaking. I kissed his forehead. I whispered, "Mama is here. Mama will protect you." My tears fell on his face. The world was cold, but my arms were warm. I rocked him slowly, back and forth. I said again, "I will protect you. I promise." Even if I had to do it alone. I was not just a wife now. I was a mother. I was a shield. After John left, I felt very sad. But I had to be strong. I needed to know the truth. I went to the hospital again. I asked for a DNA test. The nurse took a small sample from Adam. She took a small sample from me. I waited. Days went by. Every day, I called John. But he did not answer. My heart was heavy. I felt very alone. I sat by the window, holding Adam in my arms. "Please come back," I whispered. "Please, John." But there was only silence. Then the doctor called. "The test is ready," she said. "The baby is 100% his child." My eyes filled with tears. I felt relief, but also pain. How could John not believe me? How could he leave us? I called him again. No answer. Days passed. No message. No call. I felt lost. I felt like the whole world left me. But then I looked at Adam. His little eyes were bright. His small hands held mine. I smiled softly. "I have you," I said. "I have my baby." I knew I was not really alone. The love I had for Adam was stronger than pain. I whispered, "We will be okay." Every night, I held him close. I told him stories. I sang songs. I promised to protect him, to love him no matter what, even if John never came back. I was ready. I was strong, because I had my baby, and that was enough. Months passed. The house was quiet. I was strong. I took care of Adam alone. One day, the doorbell rang. I was surprised. I did not expect anyone. I opened the door. John was there. He looked tired. His eyes were red. "I came back," he said quietly. I looked at him. My heart was still hurt, but I was calm. John walked inside. He saw Adam. Adam smiled. John's face changed. I saw tears in his eyes. He bent down slowly. He held Adam's hand. "I missed you," John said softly. I felt pain and hope at the same time. Then I showed him the paper. The DNA test results. "This is our son," I said. "This is the truth." John looked at the paper. He read every word. "I'm sorry," he whispered. His voice was low, full of regret. I looked at him, but I did not say anything. My heart was full of sadness. I wanted to forgive him, but I was still afraid. The time he lost was gone. The hurt was deep. I held Adam close. "I need time," I said softly. John nodded. He understood. "I will wait," he said, but I was not ready. I wanted to heal. I wanted peace. I wanted to love again, but not yet. John sat down. He looked at Adam. Then he looked at me. "I promise," he said, "I will be better." I smiled a little. "For now," I said, "let's just be here. Alone, but together. Life is not always easy. Sometimes people leave us. Sometimes love is hard. But I learned something important. I learned that I am strong. I am not weak. John is gone, but I am here. I am a mother. Every day, I wake up early. I prepare food for Adam. I get him ready for the day. We go outside. We walk in the park. He laughs and plays. I smile when I see him happy. I work hard every day. I do many things alone. Sometimes it is very hard, but I never give up. Adam needs me. He is my little sunshine. I teach him words. I teach him love. We read books together. We sing songs. I tell him, "You are loved." Even if life was unfair, I keep my heart open. I have hope. I learn to trust myself, to believe in love, to be strong. Every night, I hold Adam tight. I whisper, "Mama is here. Mama loves you." I want you to know something. Life will test you. Sometimes people will doubt you, but never doubt yourself. Trust your heart. Trust your love. You are stronger than you think. You can face any storm. You can rise again. Love is powerful. Love gives us strength. So, if you are sad or scared, remember this story. You are not alone. You can be brave. You can be strong. I am strong because of my child, and I will keep going. This is my story. Thank you for listening. Keep learning. Keep loving. Keep growing. You are amazing.